Okay.
Okay,
Nice.
zero.
Nice.
Zero.
Okay, let's
What?
go. So, what's up, people from YouTube? My name is Mr. Unusual. Today, I am back at it again with another episode of the Unusual Podcast, yet again with another guest,
Yes.
Apricot. Let's
Hi.
start this off. So, Apri,
First of
what
all,
actually.
wait.
No, yeah.
Wait.
First of all,
Wait,
Introduce
yeah,
yourself.
yeah, yeah. Introduce
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
They
Chris.
need a proper introduction.
Yes.
So,
An introduction from me, or
yeah.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Apricot now. TikTok. Just make actually
Awesome.
weird content. So there's not much about me.
well, that's
Hello.
good. At least we got an introduction, so it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So we all doing all right? Are we all doing good?
Now, yeah.
Okay.
So now,
no, just want to
Chris,
know, you know, just
you can start with what you wanted to say.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. So, this is something I've always genuinely thought about. So, what goes through your mind when you're doing a TikTok? Like, are you thinking, "Oh man, I want to do this TikTok and not be famous, but be like, oh, I want to do this TikTok just to see how people react." For example, or maybe I don't know, you actually put effort in a TikTok and be like, "Damn, I want this to be the most hottest shit on TikTok right now." How do you process that?
Usually when I make content, it's not more so like this to blow up. I want to see people's approval. Or so, is this something that I'm genuinely happy making? Is this something I find funny? Something I'm passionate about? Like, I'll make content about D&D, about taxidermy, and like that. And
Oh, that's
good.
Academy. Okay.
That's
Interesting.
good.
I know a lot of people aren't into that kind of thing. If it's something I'm passionate about, want to post about, I will. Even if it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily get me on the For You page.
exactly.
Okay.
That's
Just
awesome.
do stuff that you love. I admire that a lot because basically the reason why we started this YouTube channel, it was just the two, me and Jean,
Yeah.
the two of us. We just basically had a dream and we
No,
were like,
and
whatever. Yeah,
No,
it
I
was
wanna-
basically like,
yeah.
let's just do this channel just because let's just do it for fun. We're not super famous, but I actually enjoy doing this stuff.
yeah, and I
fun.
wanted to how do you say this, piggyback on that a little bit. Is that when me and Chris started, it was like, it was just the two of us. It was like, wow, let's just start doing YouTube. What do you think? And I was like, wow, yeah, we can have the second channel. We could do podcasts because me and Chris love doing podcasts, and then we weren't expecting it to end up 4 members, having Michael and then Steven who felt like well, also being a member, and that's cool. I like that, the growth.
That's it. Yeah.
That's
And right
actually
now, and I'm happy because right now we're sitting on top of 1 million subscribers.
Yes.
And,
Wow.
PewDiePie, watch out.
Yeah, PewDiePie, watch out. We're
Yeah.
sitting on a high numbers. High numbers. a
Yeah,
lot
we're
of,
prodigies.
sponsors.
Prodigies. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
I'm honored you guys
Prodigy.
considered me.
We are prodigies.
Yes. Yeah. We're
But,
going.
yeah.
We're going faster than Mr. Beast. Yeah. Go ahead.
And now that with the topic of TikTok, so Epica, what inspired you to one day wake up and like, hey, I want to do a TikTok? Or did you have a different social media?
I was on TikTok since the Musical.ly days.
Oh,
Wow.
That was
that's old.
It's a while
I
back.
had really bad content. But I had no fans at that time. I just had a bunch of friends on there that I made on the app. Kept doing it. Eventually, I started evolving with the app's algorithm. I started evolving out of making cringy stuff like that. I mean, I'm still cringy, but in a different sort of way.
Do not worry
Everybody's
about cringy.
We are cringy.
Do not look at our
Yeah.
first video. Do
No,
not
we
look
are,
even
we are at
worse.
another level. Hey, but look at that. The thing with our first video, it may be cringy as hell, but look at it. Hey, Hey, look at it this way: we have 100 views on that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess people are really into the Dragon Ball stuff. You know, I don't know, but it's doing fucking fantastic. You know, 100 views.
Yeah, 100 views. Nice.
Yeah.
We'll have our starting point. I mean, I'm really glad that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm happy
Yeah,
with
put 'em
the
out.
community. I'm sorry, but I'm very happy with the community that I have like these days.
Yeah, that's a question I want to make. Like your interactions with your community, have they been like kind of toxic, or has it been like very wholesome? You know, there's this toxic fans that are like very protective, like, oh, we have to protect this girl. Oh my god, the major simp. You know, or they're like, no, this is genuine. Or it's like very wholesome, like very, very nice, very cute little community here. You know.
I mean, yeah, your content is wholesome, so maybe you better.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I wish it was one of those communities that was very wholesome. I mean, people that I surround myself with, they're very wholesome. I mean, there's some simps that like I've now befriended, and they're very close friends.
So yeah, sorry.
It was a very, very dark period of time where, I think with a lot of female creators on TikTok, especially like wholesome content creators or like young ones, are like our groups on 4chan take our content and sexualize us, try to dox us.
Wow.
Even with Bonby. So there was definitely a scandal and period of time where I was concerned that I was going to get doxxed because a lot of my information was being shared on it's like 4chan. They're writing really disgusting things about me, like completely over sexualizing me, knowing like
terrible.
knowing I was very young, and a lot of them were self-proclaimed ebophiles and pedophiles, and it was just like
Jesus.
and
Wow.
they would make bits of me and write fan fiction basically about me. They would do to me, and it's really disgusting. Thankfully, those days have fizzled out, but it made me take a really long break from TikTok. So I was off of there for like months, or I would go weeks without uploading content. I was really scared. And recently I got back on there, and my community is still like, there's some difficult people in there, but a lot of really great fans these days, and I have a Discord server full of them. We have almost 800 members. They're great.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
That's very cool. You know, I'm actually kind of like, surprised that you went through that experience. I can't even start to imagine how. Now, I would say traumatizing. I would say traumatizing because that's something, being doxxed is something very, very serious because, you're basically exposed to a lot of stuff that could happen. And I wasn't actually. Yeah, there's some.
I used to post photos with some of my good friends. My good friends that I took photos with and posted a video of, he got his email leaked apparently, and then he was getting like a lot of stuff sent to it. He was constantly getting locked out. He was getting people logging into his accounts, his business email, just because he wasn't associated with me. That makes me feel bad. Like a friend just by being associated with me is getting harassed by people that are like, I don't know. It makes you feel really guilty. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, but exactly, the fault is not yours. It's just basically there's some very fucked up people out there.
Yeah,
like,
and I mean it's
can't control that.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know if maybe sometimes TikTok might not be the best of places for females, I guess, most of the time, because about the stuff that that happens to them, or the stuff that they just making shit up and talking about these those content creators and stuff like that. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy place.
It's like I opened up about like I've had a past with eating disorders really bad, and I opened up with that online, and many people used to use that against me. Like people on 4chan would say like she looked better when she was unhealthy, looked better when she was at such and such a weight. That really took like a huge toll on my mental health. Because
Yeah.
in the period of time where I looked like that, I was in and out of the hospital constantly. Like I had osteoporosis like forming, I had anemia, and like I was really unhealthy. And they were saying like
Yeah.
she looked better when she was unhealthy and in like a really dark place. And
Yeah.
it's like
They're just terrible people. They think it's funny, but it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's not.
they
It's
think
like,
it's funny.
and it takes a
Yeah.
huge toll on your mental health.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Like, honestly, I haven't gone through that specific like stuff, but I've actually gone through some depression, and it's not the same thing. Like, not even on the same level. But I know how hard it is when people say, "Oh, you were better when you were like this, and that," and you're like, you actually feel bad for yourself because it's like, that's not you cannot try to be someone you're not, or try to be in a state of mind, you know, when you're not, So.
Control how you're feeling.
Yeah.
A lot of people expect you.
And a question that I wanted to ask you, it's not really related to what we're talking about, but do you have like some people that you consider to be like genuine fans, like fans on maybe on TikTok or on on Instagram?
A lot of the people that like I used to consider fans are just kind of more so friends these days.
Oh wow.
There are a lot of people that I've met that are like fans of me. They're just saying hi, and then I message them back, and we have really close friendships. And I think that's really special. And it shouldn't people that do terrible things shouldn't discredit like the other amazing people that I've met, because I have met very wonderful people through the app and fans.
Oh, at
Some
least there's
excellent
a there's a
people out
good
there.
side to it, I mean, there's a good side to the app, I guess, to the platform.
Yeah, like my bad. I really
Yeah.
want to say this. That's fucking cute. That's fucking cute, bro. Like I just wish we had like a bigger fan base. Like, bro, I'd be texting
It's gonna
my
take
fans
time, bro.
all
It's gonna take
day.
time.
I'd be texting my fans all day. Like, bro. I would honestly be like every single day like texting my fans because like there's this big YouTubers like for example I look up to and like I see them and it's like, damn, I would love for like interact with them even if it's by text. That's basically what I'm aiming for. If I ever by some miracle become famous, I would honestly like interact with my fans every day, even if like for example it's kind of impossible, but I would always try to like interact with them.
Yeah. I mean,
As a
I
viewer,
definitely do try to interact with fans a lot. But as a person that never expected to blow up on TikTok, not necessarily blow up, but gain the following I have on TikTok, I never expected that. And I'm a huge introvert. Like, I don't like
Same.
talk to people a lot. And all of a sudden, all these people started wanting to talk to me. It became really overwhelming because I wanted to respond to like this person and this person, but I just didn't have the time. So I thought maybe making a Discord server would help with that because I can interact with multiple people at the same time. We can have movie nights. All this.
Wow, that's so cool.
That's cool.
That's
fun.
That's awesome.
And there's definitely a lot of people we have to like watch out for. Like in
Mhm.
don't ruin it for the really good people. Really thankful to have the fans that I do. Like not
Yeah.
expecting.
Yeah. So we're back at it again.
So yeah.
So who's gonna start the next topic? Is my question.
I wanted to ask a question, if you don't
Okay,
mind.
Cool.
Okay. Okay. So, Apricot, I wanted to ask you. Do you have a YouTube channel by any chance?
I mean, no, but I don't use it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So have you done any content in that channel?
I'm not exactly planning on branching out to YouTube content. So
Okay.
to branch out to anything, it would be Twitch.
Oh, Twitch.
Oh.
Okay, I think that's a really good place to start. To be honest, I think Twitch has changed a lot of
Friends like
people's
YouTube.
lives. as they say.
Yeah, yo, funny story. I told Gene a couple I think weeks ago that I actually wanted to start streaming. I actually want to get the gear so I can start streaming. I don't know if you remember Gene.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally remember. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
told
we
you
were
that I wanted
playing
to, like,
Apex. Yeah.
Yeah, I would if I would honestly start streaming. I think what I would do would be mostly like, you know, story-based games, I guess, something like that. And yeah. Okay, there you go. So, someone was gonna ask something. I think it was Gene. I don't know if it was Michael or Gene.
No. I asked her the YouTube question, but oh yeah, that she was gonna do Twitch. I think Apri was we're gonna do Twitch, right? You were interested. And what kind of content like would you do on Twitch?
I mean, I have a lot of good friends that like do content. A few friends that like just chatting content as well. So I thought both of those seemed suitable options. No, honestly, thought much about it. It's not
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
You need to get a webcam to do all that.
Yeah, the gear. That's right. Yeah.
But I have a few good friends that are streamers.
Mhm.
For them, if I have any questions.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool.
So,
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. But changing the Twitch topic now. Let's talk about, I don't know, movies. What is the? This is for everybody. What is the worst movie you guys have ever seen?
Avatar: The Last
worst.
Airbender
Well-
live action.
Wait, do you mean like
Yeah.
bad movie? Like
Yeah,
as in
like the
Yeah.
the shittiest
Bad
movies you've
movie.
ever
Do you mean
you've
like
ever seen.
disturbing?
No, like
Yes.
just
Not like
genuinely
bad
Yeah, like
No, just
worst.
bad.
Yeah, either yeah.
Like when you watch them, like it just felt like a slap in the face.
Exactly.
I don't know. I usually like watch horror movies, or I find like the most disturbing ones I can.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But
Wow. Was
I
not
like
expecting that.
horror
So,
stuff.
what's the most like really bad in a sense of like disturbing movie that you've ever watched?
Oh, there are a lot. Romantic was a recent one I watched. Basically about a
Which
couple that like
Yeah.
they stuff with a dead body.
Oh.
Jeez.
Wow.
It's cool.
I've seen worse. No, some of them are just really bad. They're like really bad. There are like a lot of bad movies and stuff.
Yeah, no, there was a lot like a shit ton of shitty movies out there. Yeah. So so who wants to talk about their shit? Cause I got one that comes into my mind.
You
but
guys go first. It's just I want to leave mine for last. I guess.
I got one.
Okay. So wait, so who's going? Is there you want to go, Chris, or
I can.
No, I wanna be
can say
last.
one.
then go ahead, Michael.
So one of the worst movies that I've seen. And it's actually funny because it's so bad it's good. It's The Room with Tommy
boy.
Wiseau.
Oh yeah. Which movie of all time, man? But I mean, it's a real knee slapper. I'll tell you that.
It's just so bad it's good.
Yeah. No, I remember.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Sorry to interrupt, Michael. I
No, don't
remember
worry
that
about
when I was like it was last year. No, not last year, but we were like in 10th grade. I would sit
Yeah.
down like in Spanish class, and the class was so stupid and like just boring that I took out my phone and I started watching The Room right there, like in the but the thing is that when it got to the sex scenes, it was just so awkward because I was there in the classroom. I was just trying to skip the whole damn thing because that was like
Oh
the
my
most
God.
awkward part of the whole movie. Because the way they do it and the way it was like recorded, it was so dumb. But you know, I wanted to watch the movie because you know I really wanted to feast my eyes on that masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes,
yeah,
yes, masterpiece.
Yeah.
Emphasis in masterpiece,
exactly, man.
and also like at least 1,000 quotation marks.
Yeah,
Masterpiece.
masterpiece. So one movie that I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you guys wanted to talk about a movie before I go.
Yeah,
or,
sure.
or okay, I'll go
Yeah,
ahead.
go.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So me and my dad and my brother are a huge fan of the. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Predator trilogy. You know the Predator movies. Well, I mean,
motherfucker.
I gotta admit they're
Yeah.
good. Like you know, I think they're really good movies, especially the first one. I think the first one is really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. And until my dad and I were very very excited for this new movie that Predator that was gonna come out. It was in 2018 called The Predator, basically, just called The Predator.
Oh,
And you know we were like very very fucking excited for that movie. We were like, wow, this gonna seems like you know the trailers make it
It's gonna be
seem
a
like
banger.
yeah this
It's gonna be a banger.
yeah this is gonna be like some great quality of a fucking movie. I can't wait to see this movie because you know we were a huge fan of Predator. So we went into the movie. We started watching it and immediately I just found out how like hilarious it was because of how terrible it was. It was so bad that it was actually good. And the thing was,
just like The Room, but with better acting.
but with better, but with better acting and maybe like better CGI. And it was,
Yeah.
it was super super dumb, but it was pretty good. And even like during like the movie, my mom like texted my dad. And she was like, "How's the movie?" You know, because you know she knew that my dad was a huge fan of Predator. And then my dad texted her back with he said it's good for laughing, basically. If you wanna laugh at a movie, I gotta tell you, I remember this joke, right? That it was, I don't know, it got me by surprise. And like it's a real man's thing, girl, I'll tell you that, because you gotta be familiar with Forrest Gump. So if you're not, then you might not understand it. But the joke is that there's like we have our characters entering this bus. It's like a prison bus, and when they're entering, I had like the volume up when I was watching the movie in the TV, and I hear one of the guys say, like he was so frustrated, like thinking about this, and he said, if Forrest Gump read the side of the box, he would know exactly what he would get. When I heard that, I just started laughing like crazy, and well, yeah,
I mean,
that,
I can imagine it wasn't funny though. It just laughing.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a shit joke, bro. That was
I
a
mean,
very bad joke.
I mean, if you're
That was the
familiar,
best.
Oh,
if
you gotta be familiar.
you
to
gotta
a
be
certain movie
familiar
to
with
get
the
the
Yeah.
quote, with the quote.
I'm familiar with Forrest Gump, and even though it's just a shit joke, bro.
I loved it. I genuinely loved it. Yeah, that was a very shitty movie that I really recommend.
I'm a huge fan of like the Predator and Alien movies. Like I've watched every single Alien one, but I've heard nothing but like weird things about that Predator movie. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet. I heard there's like a dad Predator
Oh,
and like
you
a
should.
younger, respectful son Predator.
I don't even know what you're
No.
talking
Well,
about,
no.
yeah.
It
Another
actually,
one.
it's not like that. Actually, it's a mutated predator, and then there's like the normal predator that we all know in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you know you have the CGI giant predator, and then you have the normal real life, well, you know, guy in a costume predator. So yeah.
The giant mutated one is animated very clunky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've seen that movie. I think I saw it when it came out, actually, on the theater.
And did you like
I
it?
liked it. Yeah, I liked it. So some parts were pretty shit, but I liked them. That last part too, where they reveal that one predator. Fuck. Predator.
There you go.
Predator. There you go. That last part where they show this very
The
cool
robot
ass
one,
suit.
right?
Yeah, the very
Oh,
robotic
God.
one.
Yeah. And then the
Fucking
autistic
Power
kid is
Rangers
like,
stuff.
the autistic kid looks at his father and
Damn.
he's like, there's a name for this predator. There's a name for it. And then he's like, what is it, son? The killer predator. And then the movie just
Wow.
gets all intense, and it was such a shitty reveal. And I mean, you gotta see it, Apri. You gotta see the movie. I really
Oh
recommend
my
it.
I'm
There
really
is
gonna
a
write that
dog
down.
predator.
Really?
Yeah, a
It's
bunch
adorable.
of them actually. They're pretty cute, even though they're ugly as hell. They're cute.
Watch the Alien movies.
Well, yeah, I've seen a bunch. Yeah.
So Prometheus was so bad. That's
Oh,
all
really?
I remember loathing Prometheus.
Jesus.
I actually didn't know it was
Honestly,
an alien movie until like the end, I guess. Or I don't know, since
I've
like,
always
the
seen
second
that
one.
movie like very average. I don't know. It's like I don't like it, but I don't love it there. But it's like kind of weird. I don't know. Yeah.
I really like sci-fi. It's like actually really cheap sci-fi.
That's interesting. I like
Yeah.
Well, I guess I haven't talked about my movies, but
No, go ahead.
I guess for me, let's start off by the worst movies. I guess for me, the worst movie ever created was Avatar: The Last Airbender live action. Jesus Christ, was that a bad movie? Oh my god, it was so bad. I wanted to gouge my eyes out, bro. It was so bad. The movie was
Easy.
so horrible because I'm a huge fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, but the movie was so bad. I guess The Room, it's like a kids movie next to that pile of shit. It's so bad.
I
And-
remember watching it, bro, and I was so
Yeah.
confused. I'm like, why?
Yeah. Me
Why
too.
is a firebender? You know, why does a firebender need fire to like bend? Like what?
Yeah, it's like what the hell? They can actually produce the fire from the.
Yeah,
It's like
but-
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
No,
in the
you
movie,
know-
like, you need a rock with fire, and you know that's how you firebend.
Yo,
was
you know,
so confusing.
I was actually confused by the fact because I was a huge lover of Zuko, and I remember watching the movie and I was like, where the hell is Zuko? Because I thought the guy that was actually like doing the role as Zuko on the movie, I didn't even knew he was Zuko until they said it. I was like, what? This Indian guy is Zuko? What? What the hell? I was like, what? Zuko's supposed to be a high testosterone man. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Hello, my name is Suko.
Hello.
Uh,
Hello, Zuko. It's like, what?
I'm the psychic of
But-
the movie. Yes.
I'm the villain from the movie. Yes. I'm the villain from the
Thank
movie.
you.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And, you know, and there's a scene that it gets so much hate. They're like
Really?
earthbenders in their prison, but in the
Yeah.
series they were in the sea with metal, you know, in a metal thing, right?
Oh,
Metal
yeah.
But
thing.
in the
Yeah.
movie they're on Earth, you know, in land,
Oh, that's dumb.
rocks all over them. But you know they can't fight firebenders, even though the firebenders need fire to bend. So they do this whole dance to move just one rock towards the firebender.
I remember that. Scene.
Like
I remember
10
that
people
scene.
doing the dance. I was like, what?
Oh my god.
So fun.
I gotta rewatch that movie. I don't remember shit from that movie, but yeah.
It's on
Please don't do
Netflix.
Oh, shit.
You're gonna regret it. But yeah. Well, I guess that's my the most shitty movie I've ever seen. But I guess my
Wasn't there a
favorite.
Bleach live action?
Really? No.
Or did that never come to light? Or was that like a
I hope it doesn't.
fan made?
I hope they don't. Do
I
it because
saw-
everything-
I saw a bunch of trailers and shit about a Bleach live action, and it looked horrible.
Oh shit! Then I gotta look that
it
up.
didn't have to do anything with the anime either. Only the characters that appeared in it. Tell you that much.
Yeah. Oh, is Steven gonna? You got a movie that you want to talk about?
Oh yeah.
Actually, bro, I mean, maybe I do, but I just gotta get reminded because I just forget because it's so bad
Yeah.
that I just want to forget. So I just, you know, I put it aside, I guess.
It
But
happens.
yeah, The Room and Avatar are pretty bad. So. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
that's good, Steven. That's a good list.
yeah.
Thank you so
I
much.
guess if we're talking about movies that are good, I think for me my favorite movie of all time has to be The Shape of Voice or A Silent Voice.
Aw,
It's an
that
animated
sounds
movie.
adorable.
Oh,
I love that movie with my heart. I don't know, I just love that movie so much. The
Yeah.
characters are so well written, the story is so impactful, the animated scenes are just so well drawn. And it's a story that actually hits home in every single aspect because it's just such a good
Oh,
movie.
I don't know that movie.
It's very
It's
sweet.
it's an anime movie.
Oh.
yeah, it's
Oh,
an
okay.
anime movie.
I'd
If
like
you
to
wanna
see it.
if you wanna cry like for 24 hours straight, watch
No.
that movie.
No.
Yeah,
So-
it's pretty sad.
Also, really hits home because of death.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet. The movie is it's just super sweet. I don't know. I always cry when I watch it. Just I don't know.
You
Yeah.
puss.
Yeah, I'm a puss. What's up? I don't care. I cry when that
Men
movie
don't
comes
have
out, so
feelings.
what?
Yeah. Men don't
Man.
cry. What are you talking about? We don't cry. I mean,
Men don't
I watched Hachi
That's
and I mean, you know, there was something, I guess, quote unquote, tears came out of my eye, but no, that was sweat. It was sweat. It was hot. It was
That was-
hot. It was hot.
My
on
eyes were
Through
sweating.
your eyes.
Yeah, I was sweating through my eyes. Like, what are you talking about? Of course.
God, that sounds gross.
Manly as fuck.
I know.
Sweating through my eyes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
same shit, but it sounds grosser when you say sweating through my eyes instead of actually like crying.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
So, what now?
Moving on. Moving on.
Moving on.
These moving on.
Moving
I
on.
like how you say moving on. Yeah. Let's
Um,
move, let's
oh,
keep
yeah.
moving.
There was something I wanted to talk about. That's
Yeah.
that we have in the list of the topics.
Hmm.
It's about my worries that I had with TikTok in the beginning when TikTok started. I don't know. Apri, you might be obviously aware of what happened to TikTok when I think when they took it down because of. I'm sorry that I'm not really I don't know much about it. I mean, I do know that it was taken down because I think the people from TikTok, I think they were sharing like personal information of the people who were using TikTok to China or something. I'm not really.
Information.
I don't know. But was that the case, right?
They follow that. I know they like really like lined after that. Oh, that
Okay.
Okay.
stream anymore on there. It's like people would like mass report it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just having
Apri,
one.
you're sometimes like cutting out when you're talking. I don't.
Oh,
You can
okay.
cut this out, but sometimes when you're talking, you cut out. And
Yeah.
Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, they're having a lot of like privacy concerns. They have to
Okay.
update their guidelines.
Oh, they haven't updated their guidelines.
They did, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Because they really like cracked down on everyone. I got banned for 7 days for streaming.
Oh,
What?
jeez.
Oh wow, that's
I wasn't even doing anything. Like I've done streams where I like work on like bleaching like animal bones.
Yeah.
yeah.
Banned me for 7 days because of a stream of me trying Japanese candy.
What the
Signs are
hell?
really whack.
I don't know. That's I don't know. That's weird.
Super weird.
Yeah.
That's honestly, to be honest, like I don't know, like I've never heard about that that like TikTok is like having problems with privacy.
I don't know. It's just yeah.
Like, is it true or like I don't know if it's true. I don't know.
Cause
Had like run in with it, but don't think it's something you're really aware is happening. If like you do get your information shared, I don't think you're really aware of it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's very
Yeah, I
dangerous.
mean, it's not only TikTok. I mean, Facebook does that too. They sell your information
Yeah.
Oh
to
yeah,
other
definitely.
companies. And they say in their guidelines it's nothing like secret or anything. It's like if you search up Nike on Google and something pops up on YouTube about Nike, it's because they're the same platform, I guess,
Mhm.
or they just sell or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
something to keep me up at night.
Yeah, yeah.
That's something to keep me
I
up.
don't
There's
know. I
random
don't.
people searching
Yeah.
my name.
I don't know. It's just I remember that there was this there was this one guy I know on Instagram, and he had like TikTok for 3 months, and he even sent the news to me about what happened to it. And yeah, that was basically it. And there was something going on where they were like sharing the personal information of TikTok users to China or something like that. And then I immediately sent him a voice message. I was like, wow, I knew it. It's like, wow, I was like, I don't know. I was just, for some reason, I was kind of expecting for something for this to happen. It's obviously like a huge app, and like a lot of people, like millions and millions of people use it. And I was like, maybe there's something fishy about it. But I also wanted to download the app because of the memes and stuff.
Oh.
Because there's some pretty good memes in there, and well, yeah,
They really are.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
also a huge issue during the Musical.ly days because there was actual pedophiles going around on. It's like
Oh.
also like
Well,
kids like didn't know any better, like showing their body on there. Pedophiles taking advantage. I know that
Yeah.
was one of that led to like Musical.ly's downfall.
wow, that's like,
Oh yeah.
eh, wow, that's actually like some serious accusations or like some serious stuff that's been happening in that platform. It's so wild because the first time I ever saw that platform, I was like, very inoffensive, very like, and I still see it like that. But it's like very, not very nice, very innocent. Just post some videos dancing, but for there to be people doing that type of stuff, is like very concerning. On my
Yeah,
opinion. It's like,
it's like I mean I know there's still like a lot going on. It's like obviously on TikTok all these like dances, some of them very provocative. These are impressionable. I mean, they'll be like little kids. If they see their creator like back or something, they're gonna be like, I'll do that too. And then
Hmm.
these really sick individuals take advantage of that. You can't blame the
yeah,
kids
that's
for it. So ultimately, it's like you gotta blame the pedophiles and the app.
yeah,
Cool.
it's very true.
Track of all that content going around when
Yeah. No, that's just such a
millions
problem.
uploaded every day.
Yeah, that's very true. I really like, I always have that concern in my head every time, like, for example, I see some platform or something. Esto, but yeah, I don't know.
You never know when your information is not information, but
Yeah.
your content is getting saved. Like,
Hmm.
there are some videos I posted back during the Musical.ly days. People on 4chan have saved and they like have files of every single thing that I've uploaded on there. And it's like you never know if someone saw that stuff on file. But if you take it down, it's completely down because it's not. Inevitably, there'll probably be someone has seen it, has scary things. So you got to be really sure of like later, like what you post. Am I fine with this being on the internet? I do like a lot of like thinking. It's not some
Yeah,
threat. It's
Um.
not.
Talking about
Yeah.
people like really weird people and whatever. I saw a TikTok you posted that either on TikTok that you answered a comment that said, why don't you cosplay? You said because you don't have the money, and then like in another TikTok you said that all these like creepy guys just DM'd you like you want a sugar daddy, you wanna
Yeah.
I'll give you money if you like do this or that. Is that like tell us your experience
Oh,
with that?
Yeah,
yeah,
there
that's
are
what
a
I
lot of guys. I get messages almost every single day of guys being like, "Hey, you want a sugar daddy? Like, have an OnlyFans?" And it's like, they know full well that I'm underage. I've made that clear. And yet they'll still try to bribe me with money, or Amazon specialists, trying to buy me things. It's disgusting. It's really terrible. And that people have the audacity to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured, why not make a joke out of it and post a TikTok? But there's still people out there that are like very serious and they're like, pictures of your feet for money.
What?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
actually people doing that.
I
okay.
mean,
Got it,
That's
that's
guys.
actually very disgusting.
people weird.
Some of my good friends that are creators, like they've fallen some of these guys' traps really sadly. And my old friends that I'm not friends with any sent photos to him. She was young and naive, but sent photos to this guy and he never sent her the money, blocked her on everything. Who knows what those now?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically
No.
they
Yeah.
can go like the internet is a forever archive, so whatever you do is it's always gonna stick there. So it's kind of frightening. But damn.
Yeah. No, even I think even on obviously like on Instagram happens quite a bit. You know, like if you're quite bit on Instagram, even though it's not as like, let's just say for them, it's not as easy for them, you know, to I guess to get to you or something. I don't use TikTok, so you know I'm not really familiar with it, but I'm pretty sure they could just, you know, DM you like crazy on TikTok, and then you, I don't know if you like, you know, you can block them and stuff like that. I don't know if it's easier for you to do it or whatever, but you know, even Instagram does that a lot. It's fucking disgusting, and you know,
Majority of the weird messages I get are usually on Instagram. There are plenty of good people,
Mhm.
don't get me wrong.
oh yeah, yeah,
It's just
Oh
that
yeah,
like
there is.
people kind of ruin it. Like, I'd love to cosplay. I'd completely be down with that. But it's just these people that kind of ruin it for the others would actually be happy seeing that, because some people like sexualize fisting. Sucks that I can't do something of really because this guy out there is gonna make a fetish out of it.
yeah. No,
Yeah, it has
they
to be
they
hard. It has to be hard, like, you know, knowing that whatever you do, there's gonna be a weird guy out there trying to like sexualize you. That has to be. Oof, that's
yeah, no,
very
they would do
hard.
everything,
Yeah.
anything for attention or whatever. You know, it's at that level.
In this case,
Yeah.
like pleasure, I guess.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a guy online that, for example, if I used to film TikToks where like be wearing a skirt, he would like out parts of the video, zoom in to catch my skirt going up, and it was just disgusting. It was
Yeah,
really
that's
Yeah.
terrible.
Jesus.
So bad.
But yeah, that's sometimes the problem of, you know, I guess when with with female you know, TikTokers, and you know, I've seen that happen a lot, and it really sucks. But you know, what can you do about it? You'll just have to, well, ignore the majority of those people and whatever they're doing.
I have
Yeah.
mutual friends with this girl named Bonby. Ever heard of her? She does cosplays.
I think I've heard of her. I think I've seen her on TikTok before.
Got doxxed very badly. Like, she got all of her information multiple times. And she was homeschooled. Out of listing guys on the internet took advantage of that to befriend her, pretending to be different people. I mean, this is just what I understand from the story, heard from other.
Yeah.
But luckily, she got her information out there. Really terrible. She was really young when it happened. They took advantage of that. I think it's terrible. Like, a person knowing full well that like this is a kid, they can do that. It
Mhm.
takes a really sick individual to do that.
Yeah, you have to be very sick to like ever do something like that, or like you know try to like dox someone. In general, you have to be like very sick in the head to ever
Yeah.
do something like that.
But hey, at least I kind of know about this darker side of this of TikTok now, because I didn't really know
Yeah.
much, but now you have taken me to this dark place.
To enlighten.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically like behind the scenes of TikTok because
Mhm.
I have a lot of friends that are male creators, and I'll talk to them about this, and they have a completely different experiences with their fan base. Good friends, his fan base is them, and they're so sweet and supportive. That when he heard about like that I've gone through with like people on TikTok and like a bunch of other people, that he like that out was like, does that actually happen? It, it's such a different experience, like male creators. Though I know a lot of male creators get harassed, so I'm not discrediting them. Saying that in
Oh, yeah.
general, a lot of female creators, male creators do as well, just less frequently.
yeah, it's just less frequency.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you could kind of understand why that happens because there's some very sick people out there that just like to mess with people's head. It's just fucked up in general.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, is there anything you guys want to talk about, or any topic that you guys want to bring up?
I think I'm good.
How about you, Apri?
Yeah,
You got something to say?
I mean, not much comes to mind.
Okay.
Not very many interesting things about me, other than my hobbies, but
Yeah.
which people want to hear about that.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear your hobbies.
Want to hear about me working with dead animals?
Oh yeah.
No, it's a different
What?
side. It's a different side.
Oh,
of-
wait. Sorry.
That's-
Wait. What? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
We all just kind of like mentally fucked up when she said that.
Sorry. I paid
Oh, no.
attention for a second. I heard dead animals, but I hope that wasn't the case. Wait, what's that?
I don't kill animals. It's just like
Oh, okay.
like, a lot of people like on like butterfly gardens, harvest moths and stuff like that.
Oh.
So
Oh.
a lot of people, when their moths like die or they find specimens, sell them on the internet. I take them and I make like displays of butterflies and moths.
Okay, low key, that's
Oh,
not
okay.
that creepy.
No,
as
no,
I
that's
thought it
not.
was,
No, that's
to be
not
honest.
bad. That's
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be worse.
I go on a lot of hikes, so a lot of times I find animals died of natural causes, always natural causes. I never any animals I know have been killed humanely. I'll find
Oh.
like
Yeah.
thing that died recently, take it, the bones, if they are salvageable, I'll take the skull, process them, eat off, take all of that off. And I don't eat meat. Like I don't really eat meat. I only eat chicken. I
okay.
like, I don't know. It's like an animal that died of natural causes. Them and
Of course.
go hunting for bones. And
That's a very interesting hobby.
Hobby.
I like how Christopher said it. Interesting hobby.
Okay, I can lie. That
It's
second
very
part was kind of weird, but the butterfly stuff and the moth stuff, that's pretty cool. I fucked with that. I like it.
All of
I
it.
also,
is cool, I'm not gonna lie.
collect gas mask.
Oh, that's actually.
Oh
pretty
yeah, I like
actually fucked with
I like the gas mask stuff. I'm interested in that. I actually saw one of your videos where you're wearing like the gas mask, and it looks cool. I just
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Collect
Yeah, I
them.
get it too.
Started when I was in like 6th grade. Got one for like a project on Germany, and I just really like the look of them, so I
Oof, Germany. Let's go.
bought.
Yeah. So are we ready to wrap up?
Yeah.
Sure, we can wrap up now.
Okay. But before we do, is there anything you want to shout out, Apri?
No, not really. I'm dead.
You sure?
Shout out to the dude that wanted to get my face tattooed on him.
That's a very, that's a very
Oh.
nice shout out, though. That's a very nice shout out.
Oh my god.
So Gene, I think I don't know if you were.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were when she said
Oh,
that.
oh
You're-
yeah, no, I got a little lost. I was just laughing like weirdly, but yeah, go ahead.
Want me to tell it again, or?
Sure,
I
you
think
can tell it again.
yeah, you could tell it again for context, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Basically, there was this German hacking Russian that messaged me. Like collected guns, wore a SWAT uniform in all of his Instagram photos. This dude messages me, sends
Uh-huh.
me like a my photos like, hey, do I have your blessing to get your face tattooed on me?
That's the most
Blessing.
weirdest thing I've ever heard in my
Jesus.
life. No cap.
And it's also the
Wow.
weirdest way to request a tattoo about.
Wait, but how old is the guy again?
I don't know, this dude has to be in like his mid-30s.
Oh
I
shit.
was-
Oh,
Okay.
Mid
Jesus.
30s. Oh
I was
Jesus
15 at the
Christ.
time when he wanted my face tattooed, so obviously, my friend who was older than me stepped in and he was like, "You can't be doing this. It ain't right to do that." I don't know, it's just crazy that the suddenly wanted my face on him.
Well, I mean, at least who knows? You might have a lot of Germans following you, and whatever, you know.
Russian.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Russians. Yes, you know, they're gonna look at the tattoo and they're gonna be like, wait, who's that? And well, you know, it's Apricot. You know, you should follow
Do
her.
I get blessed to get tattoo of your face into mine?
Yeah. Then a lot of
Normally
people are gonna be like, yo, that tattoo looks cool. Look, can I get it? Like,
I mean, it was a cute sketch, it was, but
Yeah.
I don't really like the thought of my face.
Body.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's that
I mean-
right there.
yeah. I mean that's weird, but you know, not in a bad way, I guess. You know, at least he didn't ask for like some weird shit. So I guess you know you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he didn't ask. He didn't ask you for you know, feet pics. So yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh my god.
That
Yeah.
That's
You
the
send
real
me
mouth, but-
picture of your toes. Wait,
Picture.
I pay cruise
That is
with
so
you. That's
disgusting.
The Russian accent. There you go. You nailed it. Oh man.
I will give you 3 bottles of vodka for pics of your toes. Thank you. You don't say yes, you don't say no. You just send.
I love the accent on Michael's. It's good.
The accent on point.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Yeah. I try to do it, but I sound like a very shitty like a very shitty Arnold. My
Sherry.
bad. Sherry, but yeah.
You're one ugly motherfucker.
Oh.
That's what he said to the Predator in the old movies.
They said
But he
it in the
didn't say it
movie.
like that.
Um,
Hey, you gotta watch it. Kill me right here. That's the thing he says.
Oh God.
Wait,
So oh yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Yeah. I wanna. Can I plug like your Discord in the description?
I mean,
yeah,
Sure.
you want me to send a
Well, yeah, sure, yeah. Send it to me when you can, so I can put it in the description, so you guys can go to our Discord, and yeah.
yeah.
So, we're ready to do outro. I'm gonna do outro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do.
I think you do
okay.
outro this time.
All right, perfect.
Let's
Alright.
go.
So, thank you everybody for watching or listening to the Unusual Podcast. This has been a very good episode, and of course a very special one because we featured a second guest, and well, you know, we're slowly
Yes.
growing, and well, PewDiePie is literally just my emails are blowing up right now with PewDiePie messages. You know, he's really anxious to join the podcast, and you know, I can't wait to have him
Shut the
here.
fuck up.
No, man, we gotta have it one day. One day you'll see.
One day.
But
Sure.
yeah,
One day.
thank you all for
One
watching.
day.
Please make sure to join Apricot's Discord down below, and of course, we're gonna leave our Discord as well, so you guys can go down there and leave any suggestions or talk to us
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, as well. And oh yeah, on our
Yeah,
Facebook page,
TikTok.
we gotta plug that in as well, so you guys can check out our 2 million subs in there. And yeah, oh, that's basically it.
Did
Oh
we
yeah, and her
thank
TikTok.
Apricot
Yes,
for joining us?
And her
yeah,
TikTok,
I think
please.
we did, yeah?
yes.
Okay,
Um,
perfect.
all right, so thank you all for watching the Unusual Podcast. This has been a really fun episode.
And remember
It
to
really
always
is.
stay weird
And unusual.
You
And
always forget that
creative.
part. What the fuck?
Yeah, why? What the hell?
Because
Maybe
you're
I got a
weird.
little nervous. Who knows? Or whatever. But
And
yeah.
the creative part. Don't
Oh yeah,
forget the
creative. Yeah, you
creative.
say that, Michael. Yeah, you gotta say that part. Yeah, the creative part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, bye bye, people.
Bye-bye.